Other interesting political news, you have Vivek on the weaponization of justice against Trump. This comes to us thanks to Vivek's ex-Twitter profile, in which he actually went on recently to the Patrick Bet David podcast, or the PBD podcast. This highlight is not too long, it's only about 55 seconds. And for the clip, Vivek says, quote, "A lot of people who didn't vote for 2020 will vote against the weaponization of justice this November, and landslide is not out of reach," unquote. Their voices, of course, are better than mine, so without too much further ado, go ahead and play that here.
They're using Michael Cohen. What type of credibility does he have left to even get up there where they're like, yeah, this guy's a credible? Doesn't that actually hurt them instead of help them?
You would think. But you know, that you could say that about this whole trial. That's exactly the effect it's had. Wouldn't that hurt them rather than help them to levy false charges against a former U.S. president? And that has been the effect that it's had. I think a lot of people are saying that, you know what, do I agree with everything Donald Trump has ever said in his life? No. Did I vote for him in 2020? Some of them may say no. But do I believe that it is wrong for a party in power to use the powers of prosecution to try to lock up their political opponents in the middle of an election? That's foundational stuff. That's the stuff of tearing down our democracy. And so a lot of those people are actually coming Trump's way this year, and for good reason. And I think that's good for the country. And so wouldn't this be expected to work against them? That's effectively what you've seen at every step of the way. So, yeah, it's no surprise it would apply to this one, too.
And if you look at the Trump approval rating, or you look at the poll aggregators when we were still going for the Republican nominee and doing those types of votes, I mean, every time he got indicted with something, he went up in the polls. Every single time, because a lot of people could see through these smoke and mirrors and realize, oh yeah, it's just political persecution. Why is he being charged for the same exact thing that other politicians did? And yet, again, they got off scot-free. Again, this went pretty well. Got about 410,000 views and 9.2 thousand likes. And I mean, anecdotally speaking, just from my circle of friends, let me know what your experience are in the comments. I have a couple of my libertarian friends who they're going to vote for Trump just because they see how much the government is corrupted and how much political persecution there is, and they think Trump has a good shot of, not just getting elected, but purging the government of those morally vacuous people. I'm not sure if Trump could. I don't know if he'll be able to do that if he is elected. I think that'd be great for the country. It'll be interesting. I'm not sure. There's a lot of forces, a lot of lifetime government employees who don't want their jobs being displaced. It also got 9.2 thousand likes for this video. One of the first comments coming from Valentin Gomez saying, quote, "President Trump should gather 100+ million votes come November. America is unified under President Trump." And sorry, she said will gather 100 million votes, not should. That got 441 likes. Patriot Pointman says we all love and support Trump, getting 14 likes. Wedrave Press says if you love America and don't want us to continue down the road we are headed, then vote for Trump in 2024, getting 70 likes. Common Sense Custodian says we need this. And Parachute is a picture of a electoral map from 1972, where Nixon got 520 electoral votes, and George McGovern only got 17. I got 23 likes from that infographic. One bad dude says it's coming and says aerial view of Trump's rally, and it's just the whole United States is red, and got 35 likes, which that'd be a fun statistic. How many Trump hats have been sold in the past 8 years or 9 years? And that's one. I mean, when you think in terms of marketing, that's brilliant. When you see red hat, you think Trump. Like that stuck. Let's see here. Being Libertarian says a lot of the people said they didn't vote Biden 20, but voted against Trump. And it says it's the office, and it says well how the turntables, getting 18 likes. Picture says can't wait until the nightmare ends, January 20, 2025, getting 20 likes. Let's see here. Now here's another one with a couple likes. Paul Hookin says if you got the most votes in U.S. history, you don't need to arrest your political opponents. But if you stole the election, then you pretty much have to. They got 49 likes. Let's see here. Social Truth has a picture of a cow looking at two doors, but they're really just separated by a little thing in the middle. They both go to the slaughterhouse, and this is left and right. Got 8 likes, which, yeah, again, vote the rhinos out, get people who are actually Republican, and then maybe there's a shot we'll have some real alternatives and real differences of ideas and procedures and policies in D.C., where there have been a lot of instances where it just kind of feels like the uniparty, and usually they're not doing the best for people like us. Let's see. Scrolling down. Someone says Vivek for VP, getting 5 likes. Scrolling down more and more. Yeah, getting about 1 or 2 likes now on average in the comment section. Interestingly enough, not a lot of people critiquing Vivek. A lot of people giving accolades, saying, we agree with you. And a couple people saying, yeah, but voter fraud, which, yeah, you also have 20 million people who illegally came here in the past 39 months, I believe. That's definitely going to be a variable in the upcoming election. I mean, there's no way it can't. But yeah, I think one of those instances where some people call it the deep state. A lot of people just call them career bureaucrats who weren't elected, but they just got jobs in government. They've had them for decades, and somehow get paid to do something. And I mean, it's one of those things where, yeah, a lot of people don't want their jobs disrupted in that regard. And when it comes to this justice and weaponization, a lot of people are seeing he's clearly hasn't been treated equally. And also, why was he charged with this like 3 to 4 years earlier? They all just happen to, charge him at times where he's supposed to be campaigning. Therefore, thereby not just taking his time, but also resources in terms of fiscal speaking, which again, that in and of itself could be considered election interference. So let me know in the comments. Have you kind of talked about talks around the water cooler? Have you heard more and more people start to be concerned about the weaponization of government? Do they perceive Trump being attacked in that regard? And has that gotten a couple of friends who would never vote for Trump to actually consider moving over and to support him in the upcoming election? As always, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.